Hey guys, it's Soldier Girl. This is another corset training video for you guys. A little bit of an update. I want to share with you guys where I am so far in my training, share with you guys a few of the courses, well, all of my courses that I do have. I brought them up from the garage finally, and then answer a couple questions that I've gotten between my last video and now. And so, off the back, this is the CS345. This is it's a 26-inch corset, and I have been officially training in it for I'm going into my 5th week, which is awesome. I also have a CS345 as well. That one is not completely broken in yet. I still have maybe a little under a week left because I did not wear that one every day. And so, but this one is completely broken in, and I've been wearing it closed probably the last 3 or 4 days. And it feels nice and comfortable. It doesn't feel too tight. The 345, I wanted to try to close that one day before I took it off. I was able to close it, but it was so uncomfortable. But that's because that one is not broken in yet. And so this one is, however, broken in. I'm wearing it completely closed, like I said. So this is what the back looks like. And so, yeah. I was so excited when I finally closed this one. It was kind of funny. I'm going to actually take this off before the end of this video because I need to work out. And so I thought I would just go ahead and just do this video before I take it off so that you guys can see what the belly looks like. As far as questions I've gotten, someone asked, how do you know which courses to start with? I guess it just really depends on you and which, I mean, they have so many different styles and varieties and tons of websites. I've gotten all mine from Archer Corsets though. And so I would say the first step is to measure your torso. You don't want to get a corset that's going to be too long for your torso. Like I know that when I originally started off, I started off with the 426. That one ended up being too long for my torso. I know that the 345 is also a long corset for my torso. So I would say measure your torso first, and then that's the first step. Is that definitely want to make sure that you check your measurements around your bust, your natural waist, and at your hips. Because you don't want to get a corset that has maybe a hip spring that's too small, and maybe you're wide hipped or you have wide hips. So that's definitely a few things to take into consideration. Should you wear something under your corset or a waist trainer? Whether you are wearing a waist trainer, which a lot of those are latex, you do want to wear something under that. But I think a lot of women tend to not wear anything under that because it is latex. I would definitely say to do that. It depends too, because some women have allergies to latex, and if you do have an allergy, you definitely want to wear something as a barrier between the corset. Between the waist trainer and your skin. With corsets, you definitely also want to wear some kind of barrier, t-shirt, blouse, or something like that. One thing I usually wear are these. I have these long. They're like tube top, altar top blouses. I usually will wear these underneath just because it's nice and it's long, so that way when I do that whole, pull, it's not going to roll up or be too short where it still covers the bottom part of the corset. So I usually will throw on one of these under my corset, but you definitely want to have something under your corset as a barrier between the corset and your skin. A lot of that is because you want to protect your skin from the corset, the harshness of the corset. You want to protect your corset from all of the oils and the sweat that comes from your skin. And so definitely want to wear something underneath your corset. And someone else asked, can you sleep in them? Yes, you can sleep in them. I would say, like I said in my last video, start off with a shorter duration, like take a nap wearing it and see how you feel. And then I'm trying to think of the other question that someone asked. How do you know when it's time to go into a smaller corset? I would say when you've been wearing your corset closed for a number of weeks, I'd say at least 2 or 3 weeks. I would say then when you feel comfortable, and if you do want to go smaller, go ahead and get a smaller corset. Now with the corset sizing, you definitely want to go with a corset that's 4 to 6 inches smaller than your natural waist. And so with that said, let's say your 26-inch corset is closed and you want to know whether you should go down to a 20 or you should go down to a 22-inch corset. That depends on your goals as far as corset training. Like most people might not want to go as low as a 20, so then you might want to go in and get a 22-inch. And so for me, I started off with a 26-inch corset, and once I closed that one, then I went down to a 22-inch corset, and I figured I would stay there and I wouldn't go any smaller than that. And that was within that whole 4 to 6 inches smaller. And so those are just a few of the questions that I've gotten so far. Now, as far as my corsets, I do have a total of 13. And so I'm going to go over them super fast, because I do have videos up of all my corsets and unboxings and reviews of all of them. And so really quick, I have the CS301. The CS301 is one of the smallest, the shortest corsets that Orchard Corsets covers. And I have 3 of them. I have one in black satin. I have the satin newspaper print. And I also have the satin in gold newspaper print. And so again, these are the shorter corsets. They go about here to here. They're super short. They do provide more mobility because they are short, but at the same time, I've noticed with the shorter corsets, there's more, you know, muffin top and muffin bottom have you with these corsets. So yeah. And then the next one I have is I think these are 305s. These are the 305s, and I have this also in black satin and then satin, I want to say this is wine. Then I also have this one here, which is another one of my favorite corsets, which is this, I want to say this is the CS405, and this one has cherry print, which is again one of my favorite corsets. It's so pretty. It's just a cute little corset. It has cherries all over it. Okay. My CS411s, I have more CS411s just because that was my biggest preference as far as corsets. So I do have it in black satin. I have it in the brocade, which is this one here, which has flowers on it. Very pretty. Very pretty. And then I also have it in pinstripes, which is my favorite one, pinstripes. And I relaced this one with the blue laces, and it just absolutely just makes the corset look that much more prettier. Pinstripe and cotton. And then this one, here's my least favorite corset, is the CS331 in blue denim. I didn't get to see a lot of reviews on this corset. That's why I wanted to get it. And yeah, it's one that you have to kind of like lax it all out and then kind of put it on, whether it be over your head or something you have to step in and kind of wiggle up. And so yeah, that's that one. And then this is the CS345 in purple, and I got this last Thanksgiving for Black Friday, I think it was. And so yeah, and this is another gorgeous one as well. I'm in purple. And then you guys have seen the my black the black CS with the buckles, or with the not buckles but brackets. I think that's what they are, snaps actually. And then this is the other one. Okay, and it goes like this. So yeah, and this is the other one. And then you can either wear it with the snaps or without the snaps. Let me take this off. I've had it on since I put it on before I went to bed last night. Did not completely close it though, because I just eaten dinner, and I probably had about a 2-inch or so gap in it. But it's closed now. Actually, when I got up this morning, I went ahead and closed it, and it is, what time is it? It's 3:30 now, so I pretty much have had it on since last night. And so again, I need to work out, and so I'm just gonna take it off. I wanted to do this video before I take it off so you guys can kind of see what the belly looks like. I understand the fact that corset training, and it's a big shock value of seeing someone with a corset on and it's super tight. But it's not about, I mean, it is to a degree about what it looks like when I'm wearing it, because I just think that corsets are beautiful. But for me, it's so much more important to me how it looks outside the corset, and that's always been my goal. Looking my best outside that corset. We all can put on a corset and look pretty freaking banging, but it's how you look when you take it off. So I'm gonna give you guys a quick, I guess we can call this a forward belly shot. Whoo-wee. Okay, so this is what the belly looks like now. Oh gosh, I think it looks really good, you guys, so far. So we'll call this my 4-week corset training update. I'm going to take pictures too so that I have something to reflect on, but this is basically what the belly's looking like right now. Okay, and then as always, when you take in between your corset wears, or in between times when you're not wearing a corset, make sure that you're keeping your stomach nicely hydrated, whatever lotion you decide to use. I've been using the Aveeno. And so definitely make sure you keep it moist because it will be dry because of the corset. And that tightness, that constant compression is going to dry out your skin, and it's going to cause a lot of itching. So definitely make sure that you keep it moisturized. Make sure that you stay hydrated as well, because that's definitely important as well. You guys know that I work out. You guys know that I try to eat right. So for me, corset training is not always, it's not about just throwing on and slapping on a corset and like, bam, you know, I want to look snatched. It's not always about that. It's about you eating right. It's about you exercising practically daily, you know, at least 5 or 6 days a week. I do 6 days a week. I eat 5 to 6 small meals a day. And so all these things are important as well. It's not about just slapping on a corset, but my belly looks really, really flat right now. It looks really good. I'm excited. So I'm going to get my workout in, and I will see you guys in the next update. Later, guys.